Well, hello, everybody. My name is Antonio Hash, and I am the Sheriff of Roanoke City. I want to welcome you to Studio 340. And today I'm excited to be able to greet you, our great citizens of Roanoke City, or whoever is watching this around the world. Let me just say, it's an exciting opportunity here at our locality, in our jurisdiction, in our agency, because we got wonderful news to tell you and to talk about today. And so today, I got special guests here at the table with me, and I want them to introduce themselves. So to my left, we have...
Hello, I'm Sergeant Katrina Morris. I'm the Accreditation Manager for the Roanoke City Sheriff's Office.
Welcome, Sergeant Morris. Welcome to the table.
Thank you.
And then we have none other than the great...
Nikki Jenkins, and I am the captain over the Roanoke City Adult Detention Center.
And we appreciate the both of them. You all know that doing accreditation is just not about one person, but it's about what we do as an agency coming together to make sure that everybody understands the concepts of accreditation and going after these certifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as you all know, that ACA is a national platform. And people say, what is ACA? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. ACA stands for the American Correctional Association, where, again, it holds us accountable for what we do in corrections. As you all know, that we have several accreditations here at the Sheriff's Office. From a local level or state level, we have DOC, what governs what we do every day as well. To be honest with you, DOC is the only one that can shut us down. But we're excited about DOC. They'll be here in a couple of days, and so we're excited about their arrival. From a national platform, we also have our healthcare certifications or accreditation, that is NCCHC. We have ACA, and now we are going after, you better say it, CALEA, which is our law enforcement accreditation from the national platform. And can we do a small drum roll, please? Yep, that is the Triple Crown. And so again, because it is the Triple Crown, ACA, NCCHC, and CALEA, once we get CALEA, we'll have the Triple Crown. So I'm excited. So let's jump straight into it. So today we got a series of questions, maybe 4 or 5, that I want to bring to the table to talk about what happens to prepare for accreditations and things like that, because it takes work. And they over there working now in the RCDC because we believe in making sure that our house is together, not just during accreditation times, but daily, right? Because that's a standard that's across the board that we have to meet. So I'm excited about it. So the first question says, what would you say are the benefits of the ACA accreditation? Anybody want to add to that?
It aids in the management of this facility. It reflects a good faith in our practices and what we do, and it improves the conditions of the confinement area, and increases accountability for each and every person in this facility.
But not just for just the accreditation team, but this gets everybody in the building involved.
That's
right?
correct.
I think we have standards and we have policies that govern. Our policies match the ACA standards, right?
That's correct.
And again, once you read the policies, they say, well, why do you all have to give haircuts? If you look at the policy and it says ACA and what it reads, that's the reason why we got to give haircuts, why we got to give showers and fresh clothes, and why we got to feed them 3 times a day and offer gym and visitation and things like that. So these accreditations hold us accountable. Make sure that in confinement areas like RCDC, that we are accountable for the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. So good response. Yes. So again, from the ACA protocols and how they are establishing us in the building, who else is affected by the benefits of ACA, Captain?
So this actually gives our staff an opportunity to shine, right? Because every day they're coming in, they're working hard, they're doing what they're supposed to do, they're making their rounds, they're making sure the facility is clean, because they spend sometimes more time in our facility than they do at home with their own families. So they want to live in a clean environment. They're getting trained up on some of the things that you guys have touched on for legal updates and things like that. They're always training. They're always learning more, and it's just so they can come in here and do a really good job. And
I agree.
And like I said, it's actually kind of fun having ACA come in here, because again, it gives us an opportunity to showcase our men and women that work really hard every single day.
The ACA auditors make it their business to walk around the agency. They say, Sheriff, you're going to say the right thing. I want to make sure that the people who work for your agency say what you're saying. And they say what you're saying if they're trained, know the policies, and making sure they're following the policies. And let me just say, when the auditors walked around, they had nothing but great things to say about our team. So kudos to the men and women who work for Roanoke City Sheriff's Office. We couldn't do it without them. So I'm forever grateful for that partnership. Thank you so much.
And just one thing to touch on is, we are mandated by DOC. There are 140 some odd standards.
You better know the numbers.
But ACA is
That's right.
above and beyond
That
the
is true.
DOC standards.
Yes.
So,
And we have an above and beyond staff.
That's right.
So
We're
Makes
not
sense.
basic. We above and beyond. Show me somebody basic, and I'm gonna tell you that it's not the Roanoke City Sheriff's Office. We go above and beyond. So again, we are forever thankful for those opportunities. All right, so the next one, which is probably geared towards you again, it says, what does the accreditation process involve? And the reason why I'm saying you, because your office normally works on the policies and making sure documentation match and things like that. So talk to me a little bit about that, please.
so it's just a continuous process of us evaluating our policies and procedures.
That's right.
And and matching our policy and procedures with the national standards for the care of residents in this facility. Accreditation is achieved through a series of reviews and evaluations and audits that we have to do just to maintain.
So to be honest, how long have you been doing this type of work for in law enforcement or corrections?
Almost 19 years.
Almost 19 years. Thank you for your service. Captain, how many years have you been doing this?
I hit 23 in June.
Come on, 23. And because I'm the sheriff, I hit 15. I am coming up on my 16th year, November the 20th. So I'm excited about it. So again, those are the processes that involve what we do around accreditation. So thank you for that. So Captain, this one is for you. What kind of protocols do ACA establish here in our building?
So ACA pretty much oversees everything that we do here, and it sets the standard for what we do. From the minute someone gets arrested and brought into our facility, and they're booked in, the series of questions and things that we go through in order to get them established in our facility. Then they go to classification, where their housing is determined. What level are they, where they're going to reside while they're in here, and it helps give us a direction in which way our folks need to go. And then, once they get to a floor, I think you touched on some of it, their recreation. Are we getting them to the gym, their classes, religious studies, things like that, their medical care. So it really, honestly, it encompasses everything we do that we come in here and do every single day.
Captain, I tell people all the time, they say, what do y'all do in those four walls? And I said, to be honest with y'all, we run a small city we run a city inside of a city, right? We have everything in here, from laundromat to barbershops to kitchen to classifications. They have people can vote while they're in the building, because if you're not charged or sentenced, you still have the right to vote while you're here. We have school while we're here, GED. We got financial ability, right? They can put money on their books and send money to their family members and stuff like that. We have dental care in the building. We got medical care in the building. We have transportation. We're running a small city inside of a city, and so I kind of feel like I'm the small mayor. I'm the sheriff. Don't get it twisted. I'm the sheriff. But those are the protocols inside the building. We do a whole lot inside this one building, and I am forever grateful that we have a great team of people. And so, we went down to the conference last week. Talk a little about the conference. I could say a lot. I'm going to let you say something about the conference. Just give them a little bit about what normally happens at the ACA conference.
Well, this was the first conference I've been to.
What? That's always a first. I like first.
The ACA conference.
You're welcome.
And it was, I enjoyed it. The training was awesome. We, you have a plethora of choices and trainings that you can attend. And we did the legal updates, which we learned, a lot. Yeah, we learned a lot.
Because people have rights. When we come in the building, they still think they have a lot of rights. But you have rights in some capacity, but at the same token, them legal updates that keep you from getting in trouble. So
Mhm.
that's good. What else did you learn?
Of course, 3 years ago, ACA had a little under 400 standards. So with restrictive housing, there are a number of new standards
That is correct.
pertaining to restrictive housing. And currently, right now, we're sitting at a 422 standards that have to be completed. One of the trainings we went to was about restrictive housing.
That is correct.
We went there with the goal of seeing what other people are doing to satisfy a lot of the standards, a lot of the new standards. We came out with some, but not as much as we would have liked to.
I agree. Would you agree that we don't use restrictive housing as punishment?
No.
Restrictive housing, I think the name is even changed in some capacities. They call it restorative housing, right?
For Department of
For
Corrections.
Department of Corrections. And again, it's our job not to put them on punishment, it's to restore them, get them prepared to go back into GP. What is GP?
General
Because
population.
people are like, I'll be using these little, but GP is general population. The goal is to, one, if we need to get you some help while you're in restrictive housing or restorative housing, restore you, get you back in a place where you get back in general population, because that's when you can get around your peers and y'all can, chop it up day to day and talk about some of the benefits of being incarcerated. I don't like when people just come to jail or to a correctional setting and just sit and don't do nothing.
Right.
There are so many opportunities while they're in here that they can accomplish so much.
And we don't do that just because we believe in just giving them something to give them.
Mhm.
My goal is, and I hope you all can agree, is while you sit here, how do you want me to return your neighbor back to you? Broken the way we found them, or rehabilitated so that way we can put them back out into society? And that's a part of the ACA protocol with restrictive housing is where do we restore these individuals so they can be better for their communities? And so I appreciate the ACA standards. It holds us accountable on what we do on a day-to-day basis. That way we can learn how not to just be in a building where we work alone, but we communicate and we learn how to work together for the betterment of taking care of each other. So that's first and foremost, because if you don't have adequate staff, we can't do this job every day.
Mhm.
What we do for the residents that's in our custody, because we're responsible for them while they're in the building. And then what do we do back for our citizens at large who allow us to do this job every day? Anything else in closing before we close out?
Well, just to piggyback on that, the highlight of the conference was Jelly Roll.
Oh my goodness.
Conversation with
I thought you
Jelly
was gonna leave that out because I was trying to do a surprise for the agency and the city. But let me just tell you, to see somebody on his level
Mm-hmm.
go through incarceration and now want to go back and give back to the people that was once people that's in custody, and to see them change their lives.
Well,
for the
and
better.
took advantage of the programs that the jail offered him.
What did he say? He did what?
Took advantage.
He took advantage of the programs
Mhm.
while he was locked down. He complained at first,
Mhm.
why they got me locked up, why I'm here. But then the light bulb went off. His daughter, he said he was doing it for his daughter.
16 years ago.
Wanted to get his daughter back together, be a better father. And so he took programs. And so he was at the ACA conference as well. And he said, raise your hand if you want me to come to your facility. And what did I do? I said, me. So let me just say, I am going to send information to Jelly and to see if he can come here and to then, do a tour in our facility and then to do an event here in the city of Roanoke to get back to everybody. So again, we appreciative. So we are ACA accredited. This is the American Correctional Association. This is not our first initiative. This is a reaccredit. So thank you to all those sheriffs who have came before us, who put us in a good place for accreditation. But this team has got the ability to be reaccredited, and so I am forever grateful. Well, let me just say thank you, Captain Jenkins. Thank you, Sergeant Morris, for coming on coming on to Studio 340 with me today as we share with you, our citizens, and being transparent about what we do here at the Roanoke City Sheriff's Office. We can't do what we do without your support. So thank you for always supporting us. As I always say, we do it better when we do it together. Thank you.